better
Yep.
way people will do it different if it's better. And
Mhm.
since you have both, you have the ability to come up with the creative idea, and you come up with that creative idea, and then you make it better. And so
Mhm.
the one of the other challenges that better way people have is they're not so good at creating. You give them a blank sheet of paper and they're stuck. You give them a squiggle on a sheet of paper and they will make that squiggle better.
Right.
What's nice about you, you have a combination of both. You have that creative side that creates ideas, and you have that better way side that improves them and
Right.
delivers them. So this is a great question I ask in my coaching. I want to put you on the spot, but
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's not anything you can't handle. Can you think of a time, and I'm going to take your why, how, and what, where you challenged something that was being done by finding a better way to do it, and it led to it contributed to the success of the venture, the company, or the cause that you were supporting?
Yeah. So no, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm kidding.
Interview's over, Dan.
Right. Yeah, lots of situations. There was a time when I was leading a sales team for a Fortune 500 company, North America. We had just come into North America. Long story short, the quota for the next year came out. And if interested, this is the story from my chapter in the best-selling book, Peak Performance Mindset Tools for Entrepreneurs. Not a plug, but if you'd like a copy, electronic copy, we'll figure out a way to get you one free. The story goes that the quota came down, and the quota for the following year was 10x what we had just accomplished in our first year in North America. So the challenge was that we didn't have enough in the pipeline to even manage that because it was long sales cycle, et cetera, et cetera. So I did what most innovative leaders do. I went shopping, like shopping, not shopping for a solution. We were looking for land. My wife and I were traveling around North Texas looking for some plot of land. Came across some land, wasn't for sale. Met the person who owned the property, and as I'm driving back to Dallas, I'm thinking about this conversation I had with Mr. Johnson, who owned this property, and he talked about first right of refusal and some other things. I took that idea from real estate, applied that to the way we would contract, and helped me also identify some targets. We found 3 targets, one of which was a slam dunk, but we couldn't do what we needed to do in fast enough time to meet the goal for that year. So I had to find a way to do this non-competitively. Use the first right of refusal language in a letter of intent. And then I also attached what our solution was, not to how it would help their organization, but how it would help their company grow. I knew that there was a large contract that was coming out, and this organization was trying to win that, and they needed a war chest. So I figured out, how do I get them money so that they can be properly positioned to win the deal? Fast forward not too far, in 6 months. So that was January 1st, the first face-to-face meeting. I got a letter of intent signed, non-competitive, 6 months, prove that we can do what we say we can do, and we get the business for 10 years. June 7th, we signed the agreement. So 6 months, we signed what typically is an 18-month sales cycle. It was a $200 million deal, but within 12 months from that date, our client signed a very large deal, which was worth $1.2 billion annually.
Wow.
I taught them about peripheral thinking. I can't share their name with you because it's still confidential, but they've been using peripheral thinking ever since. And they went from a company of 10 billion to almost 12 billion with with that first win. And they're now over $350 billion.